Team Major Foe here, Operation Akagi, turn 11, July 1941 for Japan. Excuse me. Okay, there's a couple pieces of housekeeping left. Russia bought 5 units to place at factories. There was 2 damage on the major factory in Oral Kursk, so there's only 3 spaces left here. These factories are damaged beyond repair, and this one has 1 space. So he's purchased 5 units. He has space for 4, just waiting for the response on where he wants to place those. In Spain, yeah, he had 2 infantry and the cavalry. He didn't have that extra infantry. So the cavalry did dive there, and not sure, but I don't know if artillery and motorized can pair on attack. I mean, it is an infantry, so technically, but it's classified as a vehicle, so I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll chat with that one out. Silk or Elite will add that to their housekeeping pieces. Once again, it doesn't matter. Like, he rolled so well, and Germany rolled so poor. I don't think 1 extra 3 over a 2 is going to make any. It doesn't make any difference. But just so we all know the rules, because I'm not sure on that one. Actually, I'm kind of interested in seeing what comes of that. Okay, on to Japan's turn. Today was the day. All this time we've rolled and we've rolled and we've rolled. We actually hit 2 for 2. I am so shocked. So both I rolled a 9 on improved construction and a 10 on large ship construction. So both of those moved to stage 3. The tech program at turn 11 is dismal across the board, so can't really complain. I think Italy has got me beat in tech with only 1 factory. Where are we going here? Attack. Okay. Here we are for purchases. Japan has $59. They're going to spend $59. The math doesn't work because sub base doesn't show up. That's $3. And the 2 infantries are militia upgrades. I suppose I could just use militia upside down. Just for ease of the calculator working properly. And then I'm $3 off, which is the sub base. So essentially 2 militia upgrades, 1 militia, 2 marines, 4 infantry, 2 more militia, 2 mountain brigades, 2 medium tanks, the free carrier, thank you America for going to war, yikes, and the Japanese submarine. That will be $59. So technically, those are in there. Those are out for placement purposes. Okay, so yeah, the Japanese war machine will be slowing considerably down. We only have 2 attacks this round. We're going to go into Yunnan. We have, out of the 41st, 2 infantry and an armor will move over against this scary stack. And then we have a fighter coming down from Sion 1, 2, 3, and it will land back in Guangdong. So we have 2 infantry at 1 end of the mountains, an armor at 5 end of the mountains, and a fighter at 6. And then we also have the mountain brigade at a 5. So that will likely be costly. Going into British Malaya. Ooh, this could be fun. All right, so we have a fighter off Sumatra. It's going to move 1, 2 into British Malaya. If it survives, I'm hoping it does. It'll move 3, 4, 5, and land back in Guangdong. So I'll put that fighter there. The fighter off the carrier, the light carrier there in P50, will move 1. Same thing, 2, 3, 4, and land in Guangdong. That's 2. There is a transport in the 6th Fleet. Yeah, it'll pick up this infantry and the marine at a Guangdong. It will move down 1 and drop a Marine, and an infantry. We're facing off against 2 militia, and then the fortification has 2 first strikes. My camera skills have yet to change. The coastal artillery has 3 first strikes, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's move this over. Okay, and then this destroyer is going to pop up, pop back down, grab that other Marine. Okay, and then there's 2 destroyers in Tokyo. We'll grab these 2 Marines. Yep, and they'll pop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 movement from the shipyard. Okay, and there is 4 Marines, 1 infantry, and 2 fighters. Joining them, move these here because they're non-combats. Joining them is was there 5 units? So there's 2 heavy cruisers on shore bombardment. Out of the 6th Fleet, the 2 battleships. And battle cruiser will come down. So I'll take the 6th Fleet here. Okay, so all of this is now here. Right, so 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, and 2 heavy cruisers will bombard in that sea zone. Okay, that concludes the land portion of the attack. So this sub in I-4 will move 1 to I-7, 2 to I-12, 3 to P-50. It will raid the American line. The coastal sub will move up and also raid the American line. Where's my other subs? Here they are. 1 in P-64 is going to move 1 to P-54, 2 to P-47, and 3 to P-37. That sub will also join, so those 2 subs will raid that American line. There's 2 subs on here and 2 subs on here. That's 4 raids, 2 attacks. I think that's it for combats. Can't do anything up here. This is starting to be problematic. Yeah, time's running down. Okay, let's do the rating first, because, you know, that's the most exciting, right? Change this dice to green as we're going against America now. So Japan's an orange, +1 for the coastal sub versus the green die of America. That's a miss. Japanese sub is a +2. That's 6, 7 against a 4, so that's all 3 damage. 1, 2, and 3 damage on that line. Right there. So these 2 attacks don't need to happen, but I mean, if they had anti-submarine warfare, I would roll them, but we've already maxed that line out, so we can take that off. No need to roll those. Okay, but these 2 subs are on rating. And to make that official, I'll find a rating token. Okay, let's do this fight up here against that one. Okay, so we have 2 infantry at 1 in the mountains. We have 1 medium armor at 5 and a fighter at 6. So 1s, 5s, and a 6. We hit him with a 5, thank goodness, because the planes are junk. And then they roll back at a 12. So almost a 3, but 12 it is. So Yunnan falls. Okay, so there's 2 infantry and a medium armor in Yunnan. Like I said, that fighter's going to land back in Franktown. Okay, down here. So we have the sea battle first. So first we have the three shots from the coastal artillery. First strike. Let's pray for crap dice. One. Okay. So one of the battleships will take a hit. So now we'll just move it like this. Okay. And I'll look for damaged hull. Battleship. Yep. Roll that down a bunch. Okay. So now that battleship is only at a 3 versus a 4. It loses 1 on that. That's not a roll. Okay, so the coastal gun is done. Now we have one battleship, one battleship at 4, a damaged battleship at 3, and a no, that's incorrect. Because it's a fort, one battleship at 3, a battle cruiser, and a damaged battleship at 2, and then 2 heavy cruisers at 1. I think it is. So ones, twos, and a 3. Hey, look at that. We did get 1. So that's not bad at all, those dice. No complaints. Okay, now going into British Malaya. 2 forts at 5. Be kind. Oh, baby. There we go. Okay, so they're off. And now we have... let's move these back a bit because dice are definitely going to interfere. We have 5 at 1 because I'm pretty sure that's mountainous territory. And 2 at 6 versus the 1 at 4 on the first round with the fortification. So 1s and 6s. The planes have finally come through, and then they have 1 at 4 in round number 1. That's at 10. That couldn't have gone any better. Okay, so British Malaya falls. Coastal gun goes away. Fortification goes away. Japan gets that territory. So there's 4 infantry, 4 Marines and 1 infantry in British Malaya. Okay, now we have a swath of non-combat movements. Pretty sure we're done all that. 3 damage to the Americans. 1, 2, 3. Okay, non-combat. The submarine kind of run from that seaplane. P-72 is going to move 1, 2, 3 up to the sea off the Solomon Islands in P-54. None of that, none of that. Okay. We have torpedo boat destroyer can move 1, 2, go in port in Formosa. Okay. Up here we have 2 transports. They're just going to go in port in Rihi after they drop 2 artillery and 2 infantry in Hope. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to stand up. Okay. The 41st is going to be this fighter. And the 2 fighters off of British Malaya. So there's 3 fighters in there right now. The motorized will bring the artillery 1, 2 into that territory. Okay. Check the notes, make sure I'm not screwing this up. Okay. In P50, we've got the 6th Fleet already, which is the 2 battleships, the battle cruiser, the 2 heavy cruisers, a light carrier, 3 destroyers, and a transport. The 2nd Fleet is going to bring down the 2 2 carriers with the 2 tacticals and 2 fighters. There is a tactical bomber in reheat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Land on the carrier in that territory in P50. The tactical bomber in Korea with the +1 movement is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Sumatra. Okay, and now these units, there's destroyer, 2 heavy cruisers, and 2 transports are going to move 1, 2 into P15, but the destroyer is going to move 3 and go in port in Tokyo. Transport in P14 is going to move 1, 2, go in port in P16. The 2 light cruisers will move over. The destroyer will move over to P15 from P32, and the 2 torpedo boat destroyers will move over 1 to P15. Okay, I think that's all of those movements. Nothing up here. We're going to take 1 infantry, move it down to Hope. Infantry in Buriata is going to move back to Chita. 1 infantry here. We'll move up to Central Mongolia out of the 97th. So kind of losing some troops off of that fight. He'll stay there, I guess. No, he better move to Chita. And you know what? They can have that if they want it. That's I think that's it there. All right, checking that whole pace. Got that. 3 fighters. Seaplane is moving from Tokyo to Kyushu. Destroyer and the 2 transports are in port. These 2 transports could be in port, but I don't think it matters. I don't think there's anything. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there is. So port marker. That's why I had that. So this 2 transports will be in port in Kyushu. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's go on to placing of units. There. Okay, so these are infantry upgrades and militia. Okay, so 1 militia gets upgraded and 1 militia gets placed in Marshall Islands. A militia gets upgraded in Borneo. And a militia gets placed in Borneo. We have 1 more militia. That one goes to Kwangtung, so it'll be in the 41st. We have 2 mountain brigades and 2 infantry and a marine going to Kyushu. We have 2 infantry and a marine into Tokyo. We have that sub out of the shipyard there, and then the light carrier out of the shipyard here from the factory in Tokyo. So that's 10 units. Medium armor in Nanking, medium armor in Rihe. Okay, over to here. Now that we've got the British Malaya, that's another $2 bonus. Okay, so that's $16 in bonuses plus, no, not 16, $12, 16 would be great. $12 in bonuses plus the 51, so we're now at $63. That is insane. That won't last long. Okay, 63. Okay, that concludes the Japanese turn. Thanks again for watching.